Okay, in this video I want to take a quick look at converting an image to a black and white image. So as I've gone over in previous videos, in Photoshop there's several ways to do the same thing, which can be a little overwhelming, but it's good. It's a very dense program. So how I'm going to go about approaching this is I'm going to come to my layers, and I can see I have my bottom layer right here, and I'm going to do an adjustment layer. Now again, there's several different ways to do an adjustment layer. Image adjustments, I can do it right through here. This is seen as being destructive and permanent. But if you duplicate the layer, it works. There's a lot of different workarounds, and really figuring out the best workflow for you is the way to go. So what I'm going to do right in here is I am going to come down and I am going to turn on the black and white right through here. And what I can see when I do that is it gives me all of these different options. And it looks at the distribution of value on these different channels of this document. So we have the cyan, the yellow, the magenta, the CMYK, and we have the RGB channel as well. So I know that I had a lot of blue in the sky. So I can see how that really is affecting that right in there. But I'm thinking, wow, this image really did have a lot of, it had a lot going on with it. And I actually kind of like it as it is. And I'm going to work with my dodge and my burn. So I'm going to leave this as it is. And I'm going to come on back in. And here we have it. Now, I can also work with the dodging and the burning of this. And maybe I really want to come in and kind of focus in on this angel from the statue from the graveyard that I was in. And I can come on down, I can see here I have my dodge and my burn tool. Now, the burn tool is going to darken and the dodge tool will lighten. So I come to the burn and I come on in here and I can say most of these values are highlights. So I'm going to say I'm going to come on into the highlights, and I'm going to up my eraser size. And again, depending upon your image's resolution will depend on this. I want the hardness to be 0. I want this to go out slowly, so it happens very, very slowly. And I'm going to come on into my layer, and the dodging and the burning is going to happen directly onto the layer. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to duplicate this layer. I'm going to come down layer, duplicate layer. Okay, and I'm going to do the burning. I'm going to say this is my edited image, okay? I'm going to say that this one right here is my original, and this is just so when you do the dodging and burning, it happens directly on the folder. I'll leave it just as backgrounds. I need to unlock it. It happens directly on the image, so I need to make sure that I'm on here. So I'm going to come on over, and I can see how it's starting to get a tiny little bit darker. It's very subtle and slow, but when I turn this off, I'm looking at it and thinking, why am I doing this? I like it lighter. So what I can do is I can come on into my history. If you don't see your history, turn it on. I'm going to go back to here, and now it's on there. And actually, I'm going to flip my approach, and I want to lighten this a little bit. So what I would do is I would come on in, and I would grab the dodge tool. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. Again, I don't want to lighten it too much because I'm going to lighten this so that it's on as well, and this area around it. So if I lighten it too much, then I will lose info. All right, so let's say that we want to lighten this area in here too. All right, let's turn it on and off, see what it looks like. Okay, so maybe that's all I want to do with this photo. I wanted to lighten up the foreground so it had a little bit more info. Maybe I want to also come in and darken the cross behind it a little bit. So that will be more midtones. And in order to darken, I'm going to grab the burn tool. All right, and there we have it. Quick overview, dodging and burning. Sometimes a good photo won't even need much of this, but sometimes you might just want to do this in order to create a little bit more emphasis, a little bit more contrast in your photo. So if we look at before and after, okay, and you know, you might like it better before or after. There's so much that you can do. There we have it, quick overview of black and white photos.